Bhakti His divine vaneṣv Prabodhanand Swami Swami Maharaj ki jai. ISKCON Vrindavan divine vaneṣv Prabodhanand ki jai. जय विष्णु भगवान महाराज का आचार्य भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कह श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। राधा कृष्ण को राधा श्याम गिरिवर्धन की जय। मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। गंगा मैया जमुना मैया की जय। श्री गोविता की जय। श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय। राधा श्याम सुंदर की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। वृंदावन तुलसी महाराज की जय। समवेत वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय। और वरिष्ठ ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय। नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्ठिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, chapter 1, the activities of Maharaj Priyavrata, text 17. Bhayaṁ pramattasya vaneṣu api syād yataḥ saha-ṣaṭ-āste saha-ṣaṭ-sapatnaḥ jitendriyasyā ātma-rateḥ budhasya gṛha-āśramaḥ karoti avadyam bhayam pramattasya vaneṣu api syād yataḥ āste saha-ṣaṭ-sapatnaḥ jitendriyasyātma-rater budhasya gṛha-āśramaḥ karoti avadyam bhayaṁ pramattasya vaneṣu api syād yataḥ āste saha-ṣaṭ-sapatnaḥ jitendriyasyātma-rater budhasya gṛha-āśramaḥ karoti avadyam avadyam. Bhayam pramattasya vaneṣu yataḥ āste saha-ṣaṭ-sapatnaḥ. Jitendriyasyātma-rater budhasya. gṛha-āśramaḥ karoti avadyam.
bhayaṁ pramattasya vaneṣv
bhayam pramattasya
yataḥ āste saha-ṣaṭ-sapatnaḥ. jitendriyasyātma-rater budhasya. gṛha-āśramaḥ karoti avadyam.
pramattasya vaneṣv
jitendriyasyātma-rater budhasya.
Bhayam pramattasya vaneṣv yataḥ samaste saha-ṣaṭ-sapatnaḥ. jitendriyasyātma-rater budhasya.
Mataji, bhayam, fear, pramattasya, of one who is bewildered, vaneṣu, in forests, api, syād, there must be, yataḥ, because, saha, he, one who is not self-controlled. Āste is a district. Saha, weak. Saṭ-sapatnaḥ, 6 co-wives. Jita-indriyasya, for one who has already conquered the senses. ātma-rateḥ, self-satisfied. Budhasya, for such a learned man. gṛha-āśramaḥ, household life. Kim, what? Nu, in you. Karoti, can do. avadyam. Translation and purport by Divine Grace, Abhaya Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. Divine Grace of Prabhupada ki translation. Even if he goes from forest to forest, one who is not self-controlled must always fear material bondage, because he is living with 6 wives, the mind and knowledge acquiring senses. Even householder life, however, cannot harm a self-satisfied learned man who has conquered his senses. Please repeat. Even if he goes from forest to forest, one who is not self-controlled must always fear material bondage, because he is living with 6 co-wives, the mind and knowledge acquiring senses. Even householder life, however, cannot harm a self-satisfied learned man who has conquered his senses. Srila Narottama Das Thakur sang, Grihe Bhavane Te Thake, Hagouranga Bole Dake, Narottama Mage Tara Sangha. Whether one is situated in the forest or at home, if he is engaged in devotional service of Lord Chaitanya, he is liberated person. Here, this is also repeated. For one who has not controlled his senses, going to the forest to become a so-called yogi is meaningless, because his uncontrolled mind and senses are going with him. He cannot achieve anything, even by giving up household life and staying in the forest. Normally, many mercantile men from the up country of India used to go to Bengal, and thus there the familiar saying, if you go to Bengal, your fortune will go with you. Our first concern, therefore, should be to control the senses. And since the senses cannot be controlled unless engaged in devotional service of the Lord, our most important duty is to engage the senses in devotional service. Krisikena, krisikesa sevanam, bhakti vichate. Bhakti means engagement of the purified senses in the service of the Lord. Herein, Lord Brahma indicates that instead of going to the forest with the uncontrolled senses, it is better and more secure to engage the senses in the service of the Lord. Even household life can do no harm to a self-controlled person acting in this way. It cannot force him into material bondage. Srila Rupa Goswami has further enunciated this principle or this position. Iha yasya harer dasye karmana manasa gira nikhilasu api avasthasu jivan mukta sauchyate. Regardless of one's circumstances, if one fully engages his activities, mind and words in the devotional service of the Lord, he should be understood to be a liberated person. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur was a responsible officer and a householder, yet he is in service to the cause of expanding the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is unique. Srila Prabodhanand Saraswati Thakur says, Durdanta indriya gṛha-āśramaḥ pakhyāta. The sense organs are certainly our greatest enemies, and they are therefore compared to venomous serpents. However, if a venomous serpent is bereft of its poison fangs, it is no longer feared. Similarly, if the senses are engaged in the service of the Lord, there is no need to fear their activities. The devotees in the Krishna consciousness movement move within this material world But because their senses are fully engaged in the service of the Lord, they are always aloof from the material world. They are always living in a transcendental position. Om Adhyanatirantasya Dhyananjana Sayanakaya Chakshurvinitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Tadamayam Dadati Sopadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavascha Sri Rupa Sagrajatam Saranamathanitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Bhavita Sri Vishakhantamsya Mukam karoti vachalam panmukam ghayate girim Yadkripatamaham vande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyeswaram Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschadesatarini Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaurati Satyamah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwamsute Devi Namami Haridevi Vancha Kavarubhishya Vivasindhurhe Vaja Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare bhayaṁ pramattasya vaneṣu syād yataḥ āste saha-ṣaṭ-sapatnaḥ jitendriyasyātma-rater budhasya gṛha-āśramaḥ karoti avadyam. Even if he goes from forest to forest, one who is not self-controlled must always fear material bondage, because he is living with 6 co-wives, the mind and knowledge-acquiring senses. Even householder life, however, cannot harm a self-satisfied learned man who has conquered his senses. So this is the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Specifically, this canto is concerned with the topics, among the 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam, creation. Ataḥ swarga visargascha posana sthanutaya manantara isanukatha nirodha bhukti ashraya. 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam. And this 5th canto is specifically famous for creation. Swarga Visarga. The first two topics of Srimad Bhagavatam, Swarga and Visarga. The primary creation, that is created by the Supreme Lord Himself, or creation of this material world, or the different universes by Mahaviṣnu, and the secondary creation by Brahma. So here we see how Brahma is very much concerned about to increase the population of this material world. And the first son or first 4 sons of Brahma were Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana and Sanatana. Brahma manifested them from his mind. And when Brahma asked these 4 sons to help him in creation or increase the population, they refused. They told, why will you entangle in this material life? What is the goal of life? And so many questions they asked Brahma. Brahma himself was bewildered, then he remembered Krishna. And Krishna came in a Hamsa avatar, as a swan, and he delivered knowledge to the 4 Kumaras. And then one sampradaya comes from them, Vishnu sampradaya, Kumar sampradaya. They did not follow the Brahma's instruction to enter the gṛha-āśramaḥ. Then Narada also followed the same path of his elder brothers. But Swayambhuva Manu, who is also a son of Brahma, he became very obedient to his father. Like Kartama Muni also, son of Brahma, he also became obedient to his father. And they agreed to enter gṛha-āśramaḥ, to follow the order of Brahma. So here we see Swayambhuva Manu, so now Swayambhuva Manu following the order of Brahma, that is, he has begotten 2 sons in the womb of his wife, Satarupa. 2 sons of Swayambhuva Manu were Uttarapada and Priyapada. Uttarapada was the elder son, and he agreed to follow the order of his father and accept the gṛha-āśramaḥ. But Maharaj, the Priyavrata, the second son of Swayambhuva Manu, he was a disciple of Narada Muni. So Narada Muni is always traveled everywhere, and he preached everyone to remain brahmachari. He himself brahmachari, and he always preached everyone, remain brahmachari. Don't enter gṛha-āśramaḥ, there so many problems. But in this particular case, he defeated. Otherwise, maximum, maybe 90% cases, he always victorious. And to convince other to remain brahmachari, like he is the son of Dakshas, bhayaṁ and subalaso, 10,000 sons. Bhayaṁ, then after 1,000 sons, subalaso. Now only were just 2 minutes preaching, they made all of them brahmachari. So Daksha became angry, very. He cursed Narada Muni. You should not have a fixed home anywhere. You will always travel. You cannot stay in one place in a fixed position. You have to always travel. So, Maharaj Priyavrata, being the disciple of Narada Muni, following the instruction of his Guru Maharaj, he decided to remain a strict brahmachari. Brahmachari 2 types. One is strict brahmachari, another is upakurvana brahmachari. A brahmachari who decided to follow brahmacharya up to age of 25, following the vaneṣv dharma. Then after attaining the age of 25, then he entered gṛha-āśramaḥ up to 50, then 52, 75 bhayaṁ, and the pramattasya, then finally sannyas. That is the system of vaneṣv. So, but Priyavrata was thinking, I must remain a brahmachari in whole life, following the order of my Guru Maharaj. But his father, Swayambhuva Manu, he is also Mahajan. Here is it. Narada Muni is Mahajan, and Swayambhuva Manu is a Mahajan. And so one Mahajan is instructed to remain brahmachari to his disciple. Narada Muni is instructed to remain brahmachari. And the disciple is following his spiritual master order. But his father, Swayambhuva Manu, he is also Mahajan. And he is like, no, my son must accept gṛha-āśramaḥ, then it is my age now to go for pramattasya. So now Swayambhuva Manu went to Brahma, another Mahajan. Brahma is the other Maharaj. He is father of both Narada and Swayambhu Muni. So Narada Muni said initially, Brahma then come. Brahma came, and not only it is his opinion, Brahma told this is the opinion of Supreme Lord Vishnu. I am carrying this message to all of you. That is the message of Lord Vishnu. Maharaj Priyavrata was meditating apart from devotional service in the feet of Gandhamardan hill. He was meditating there, following the Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj also disciple of Narada. Prahlad also disciple of Narada, the great devotee, they are disciple of Narada. Following the instructions of Narada Muni, so Maharaj Priyavrata was performing devotional service and meditating the Lord in Gandhamardan hill. So Brahma appeared there. So now there is Swayambhu Manu, there is a Narada Muni, there is Priyavrata, and so Brahma appeared. So now Brahma instructed to all. He told, I have delivered this message of Lord Vishnu to all of you. This is not just my opinion, this is the opinion of Lord Vishnu himself. And then Brahma told that this Priyavrata must enter gṛha-āśramaḥ and Swayambhu Manu go to vaneṣv. So they are Kshatriya. A Kshatriya king is not supposed to be a bachelor. Who is a Kshatriya king, he cannot rule the kingdom remaining a bachelor unmarried. The king must get married. In Varnashram Dharma, this said that a Brahmana, sannyas ashram is compulsory for a Brahmana. It is optional for a Kshatriya. And Vaneṣv is optional for a Vaishya. Vaishya must remain in gṛha-āśramaḥ. And Vaneṣv is optional. And for a Shudra must remain always in gṛha-āśramaḥ. So here is a Maharaj Priyavrata is a Kshatriya prince. And so when Brahma delivered the message of Lord Vishnu to all of them, and Narada Muni also remains silent. No one can speak against Supreme Lord's message against the opinion of the Lord Vishnu. So here is this is a continuation of Brahma's speech. Brahma appeared in bit of Gandhamardan hill. Then starting from the verse 11, and previously we have already studied these verses. After the next verse, verse 19, we have 11 to 9 verse. This is the speech of Brahma. So this verse is also spoken by Brahma. So Brahma is giving a comparison between a uncontrolled person or a person who has no control over his senses, but he is trying to meditate on Supreme Lord. He wants to perform the different yogic meditations like Vishwamitra or Sabra and a self-realized gṛhastha whose senses are controlled. And Prabhupada gave the example of Bhakti in his Bhakti. He is in gṛha-āśramaḥ, but he was paramahamsa. It is also sometimes someone in gṛha-āśramaḥ also a Goswami or is a paramahamsa. He has complete control over his senses. And sometimes find someone may be dressed himself as a renounced person, but his minds are not controlled. He is always meditating how to enjoy his senses. Just like in Bhagavad Gita, third chapter, 6th verse, Krishna also told, Karmendriyanam samyamya ye āste manasa smaran indriyātma rater mithyacara sauchyate. One who restrains the senses and organs of action, but whose mind dwells on sense objects, certainly deludes himself and is called a pretender. The same message is given here. Or Srila Prabhupada starting his purport, beginning of his purport, he is telling, quoting from Narottam Das Thakur's son, Griheva bonete thake, ha gauranga bole dake, Narottama mage ta sambha. Narottam Das Thakur is telling, whether someone is in gṛha-āśramaḥ or in vaneṣv, renowned scholar, but if someone is always engaged in devotional service of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, then I am always aspiring for association of such a person. Ramachandra Sangamage, Narottama Das. Like Srinivas Acharya, Ramachandra Kabira, they are all in gṛha-āśramaḥ, but they are very close friend to Narottama Das. So, that's why Prabhupada is telling the same message. This is the message here. That main thing is we have to control our senses. If someone cannot control his senses and he falsely just renounce everything and goes to forest with so many material desires, with 6 co-wives, he is telling, Bhakti is telling, 6 co-wives. Who are 6 co-wives? Mind and 5 knowledge acquiring senses. Like Vishwamitra, he left everything. He was a king and he gave up all his opulences and went to forest. But within his mind there is so many desires. He wanted to become a Brahman's like Vasishtha. He wanted to have a Kamadhanu cow, like so many things. But he went to forest and he was meditating in a secluded place alone. But Indra just sent one heavenly denizen or Apsara who Menka came. The Menka just started singing and dancing in front of Vishwamitra. He was meditating and Supreme Brahman, but his meditation immediately broke. Not only broke, he was attracted to the beauty of Menka and he united with her. Then child came, Sakuntala. So that is the case. If someone is not control his senses, then falsely you want to go to the forest, meditate on the Supreme Lord, but he is not successful. Rather, we see a devotee like Arjuna. He was a Kshatriya, he is king, but he is a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. And he was in gṛha-āśramaḥ. Arjuna has so many wives. One is Draupadi and other wives of Kshatriya kings are allowed to have more than one wives. But still, being a pure devotee of Lord, Arjuna's senses are fully controlled. The example is given in Mahabharata how after the Mahabharata war, when the Pandavas became victorious, so Arjuna is the son of Indra. Indra invited to his son Arjuna to heavenly kingdom. And he was arranged a big festival. It is a festival for the pleasure of Arjuna. Indra was sitting on his throne and Arjuna also allowed Arjuna, being his son, to just sit on his right side, the same throne. Father and son are sitting. And there's different apsaras, they are coming for dancing on that house, Sudharma, it is called Sudharma. So now like Menka came and then Arjuna just sitting like looking downward. Many Tilottama or Menka, Ramba, different apsaras just come to dance, they are singing and dancing very nicely. Gandharvas are playing music for the pleasure of Indra and Arjuna, but Arjuna was not interested in this. He is simply meditating on Krishna. So finally, the most beautiful apsara in the heavenly kingdom is Urvashi. So Urvashi appeared. Now announcement is made. Now Urvashi is entering the hall for dancing and singing. So when Urvashi started singing and dancing, Arjuna just looked towards Urvashi to front. Then Indra thought, now my son is attracted to this apsara, Urvashi. And after the function was over, then Indra called Urvashi. Oh, you must go to my son's room alone and satisfy my son Arjuna, whatever he need. I think he likes. Urvashi told, yes, I am also attracted to Arjuna's beauty. Because Arjuna is like Sarupamukti, like his body is just like Krishna. He called Diti Krishna. So, it was in night time, just midnight, Urvashi went alone and just knocked the door, and Arjuna opened the door. And Urvashi told to Arjuna, she came for his pleasure, to give him pleasure, and he can, whatever Arjuna like, he can enjoy. Urvashi was like that. But Arjuna simply told, you are my mother. It is not possible. Urvashi tried her best in different ways to attract Arjuna. And finally, he told, then why you are looking at me? So Arjuna told, I am looking at you because I heard in previously you are wife of Maharaj Pururava. And I am coming also in same dynasty, the Chandra dynasty. Because you are wife of Pururava, you are just like my grandmother. So in this way, I am just in motherly, I am considering you as my mother or grandmother. I am just looking at you to see how you are looks like. Otherwise I have no interest. So that is the case of Arjuna. How Arjuna, Urvashi is 1,000 times more beautiful than Menika. Is the most beautiful heavenly denizen because she was manifested from the eyes of Narayanas, Lord Narayana himself. As she is given as a gift to Indra by Lord Narayana. So in this way we see how the devotee can easily control his senses. But if someone is not surrendered to Krishna, and he is a great yogi, maybe who is a great better yogi than Vishwamitra, such a yogi, he could create a planet in the sky. To send Trisanku, he was such a yogi. By yogi power, he was sending one human being, Trisanku, a king Trisanku, to directly to heavenly planet. And he was able to reach the heavenly planet. But demigod, they are saying that their person has no qualification to enter heavenly planet. And this Vishwamitra is sending him forcefully. Why? Then the demigods are throwing him down. And again Vishwamitra is throwing him up. So he was like football. Finally, Vishwamitra created a planet for Vishwamitra. She is such a great yogi. But still he was difficult. He could not control his senses, his work. That's why Krishna is saying, if someone is just controlling the working senses and not able to control the knowledge acquiring senses, always in his mind thinking about how to enjoy the senses. And outwardly is just placing himself as a renunciant or renounced person, then that is cheating. That is the point Brahma is making here. Even another case is about Rishyasingha. His father, he thought, if my son see the woman, then he will be attracted. Then maybe his meditation on the Supreme Lord will drop. It's better to keep him in secluded place in forest. So my son cannot see the opposite sex. He should not have any idea about a woman or opposite sex. Then he will remain brahmachari whole life, and he could easily achieve the goal of life. Thinking in this way, he kept his son Rishyasingha in the middle of forest, a secluded place, make a cottage and he was there. The whole life, he became now young, about 25 or 26 years old. But he had no idea about opposite sex because he never seen a woman. So, in the meantime, there is one king, Prabhupada in the kingdom of Maharaj, Prabhupada. For many, about 12 years or more than that, there was no rain. Because of his so much simple reactions of citizens in somehow or other, there is no raining. So Narada Muni once came to his palace and he asked Narada Muni what to do. Narada Muni told, if you bring one nasty brahmachari who has never discharged his semen and who has never seen a woman, who has no idea about sense enjoyment, if you bring such a person to your kingdom, then immediately raining will start. And he told, okay, how can I find such a man who has never seen a woman in his lifetime? Narada told, yes, it is possible. I am telling you that I am giving you address. Go to this forest and there is one person who receives in you. He is now young, but from his birth he never seen a woman. His father is made such a nice place, a cottage in a secluded place, and he was staying there and he always meditating on Supreme Brahman, and he can send someone to bring him here to your kingdom. So the king Prabhupada, he called to the many prostitutes and he told, you go and can you bring somehow this wishes to my kingdom? They are all fearful because of his father was very angry. Rishis are generally very angry like Gṛha-āśramaḥ. So the prostitutes actually what to happen if his father curses us. We don't want to get cursed by a rishi or a muni. He is the only son of this rishi. I think rishi's name was Budhasya or something. So we don't want to get cursed by the sages. So finally, some prostitute, the one prostitute was agreed. So okay, I will try. There is a river in between the Maharaj Prabhupada's kingdom and the ashram of Sri on the other side. So the prostitute, they cross the river and they see when his father is going out of the hermitage, where is the cottage, out of cottage. Sometimes his father goes out. When he is alone, then we go. And they are carrying with them nice foods and nice rasmalai, cakes, so many nice prasadam with them. And what Bhusha Singh was doing in his ashram, they are eating only fruits and roots, dry things from forest and drinking the water from the streams. And his father taught him that when a guest comes to our ashram, you should give him a nice seat for sitting, and you give some fruits and roots for eating, and give some water, pay him obeisances. So one day, it happened that the father Bhusha Singh the Muni, he went somewhere outside for a few days. It was like going few days for some preaching work or something. So he would stay in ashram. And in the meantime, taking this opportunity, this prostitutes appeared in his ashram. He never seen a woman before. He did not know anything. Just the pay obeisances. The Bhusha Singh saw these women are coming. Then she just following the instruction of his father, just pay obeisances. Pancha Vaneṣv, avadyam, they did not know anything. So this prostitute told, oh, you paying respect to us, but our process of accepting offering respect is, this is other. We just embrace. So the prostitute directly embraced. His body is automatically started agitated because his woman is embracing him. Though he never seen a woman in his life. So, like this, he gave some foods like fruits and roots for eating. Then he told, okay, you are eating like this, we have also brought something for you eating. They gave cakes, rasmalais. Oh, yes, so sweet. Where did you get this post? Where are you coming from? They just become inquisitive, possessing that. In this way, they started singing, very nice and dancing. People attracted, naturally. Though he never seen women before. So he came, they following them, then the prostitutes first time, then essentially thinking about his father, stop, just come back. He went up to the bank of the river and come back. But the person came next time also, another time. Then this time they become successful. They took essentially just followed him, they gave him a nice prasad and started, they danced. And finally the essentially followed them and just crossing the river, was went to the kingdom of Prabhupada. And immediately their training started. So, then after his father came, he wanted to become very angry. What is, where is my son? Meditate. And he could understand this person spoiled my son. In angry mood he came to kingdom of Maharaj Prabhupada. But Prabhupada was very intelligent. He immediately married his daughter Santa to Rishi. And when Rishi came, angry mood, he wanted to destroy everything. He told King come, just pay him. He told, now I have nothing. I am going for pramattasya. This kingdom is belong to your son and he is married. So immediately he become pacified. So the main point is, whether your senses is not engaged in service of Supreme Lord, there is no other way to control them. To become a Goswami or to the control of senses. The senses can be controlled. That is the Prabhupada's making point in his purport. Then unless you engage your senses in Krishna service, there is no other way to control them artificially like Vishwamitra or Vishesingha. It is not possible. You have to engage the senses in service of Krishna. Rishikena, that is Prabhupada is quoting, Rishikena, Rishikesa, Sevanam, Bhakti. Devotional service, that is the definition given by Narada Muni in Narada Pancharatra. That is Sarvopadhi Vinirmukta Tat Parvatana Nirmalam Rishikena, Rishikesa, Sevanam, Bhakti. One have to free from all types of designations. For devotional service, that has nothing to do with these false designations, like even starting from this body. Body of man and a woman, they have nothing to do. Striya, Sudra, Tatha, Vaisya, Devidanti, Paramgati. Anyone can perform devotional service. The first upadhi designation is body. I am a man or she is a woman. Man and woman. A living entity is neither a man or a woman. This is not like that. That's why in the fourth canto, I already discussed about Puranjan. This story of Puranjan, how Nagmuni, speaking this allegorical story, he finally established this, that how Puranjan was in a male body and being attracted to his wife, Puranjani, then next body, he get woman. So like that, this is man body or woman body, this is, there is no difference. Jiver Swarup Hai Krishna Nitya Das. So a living entity is the eternal servant of Krishna. That is his soul. So accordingly, all living entities, they have to engage their senses in service of master of senses, Krishna. That is called devotional service. In previous purport, Prabhupada quoted this verse from 14th chapter of Gita. Yomam abhyabhicārena bhakti yogena sevate swagunan samati taitan brahma bhuyaya. Abhyabhicharini bhakti. Free from material desires. Anyaya bhirasita sunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulyena krishna anusaranam bhakti uttam. One who is performing and the top or engaged in topmost devotional service, and he has no other desire for jnana or karma. Jnana means to achieve liberation, specifically marked in Brahmajyoti, or karma means bhakti, that is for some sense gratification. Performing devotional service, but sometimes he wants some objects of sense gratification. Dhana jana kavita sundari. That's why Mahaprabhu called na dhanam, na janam, na sundari, na kavita. That is the pure devotional service. So when one engages in senses and service of the Lord, that is devotional service, and by only satisfying the Supreme Lord, one can control his senses. It can be free from attraction of the external energy of the Lord. That's why Krishna is telling in 7th chapter, 7:14. Daivi esa gunamayi mama maya vrattaya ma evaje prapadyante maya velam taranti. This is the mood of goodness and mood of passion and ignorance. With these three modes, this material energy is controlling everyone. It is very difficult to overcome the influence of material energy. But Krishna is saying, if someone surrender unto me, mam evaje prapadyante, maya velam taranti, then he can easily overcome or become victorious over Maya or attraction of the illusory energy. So that is the point here. So if someone is in renounced or someone may be dressed himself in a renounced like person, but if he is internally thinking about how to enjoy the senses, so, then this is his content. Krishna is saying, Mithyacha. He is a cheater. He cannot achieve the goal of life to satisfy the Supreme Lord. Rather, if someone is even in a gṛha-āśramaḥ, that is Brahma is telling him, even if he is in a gṛha-āśramaḥ, but his senses are engaged in service of the Lord. Like Prabhupada is giving example of Bhakti. Actually, Bhakti was a grasta who was a magistrate. He has got so many children, he has so many responsibilities in the home also. Still, he was a Paramahansa. That position is better than so-called Yogi or Tyagis, or who has just externally accepted a renounced order. A grasta who is fully controlled his senses and he surrendered fully at the lotus feet of Krishna. He offered everything to Krishna like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Manasa, Deha, Geha, Jokichu Moro, Arpinu Tuya Pade, Nanda Kisu. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur surrendered everything. O Nanda Kishore Krishna, whatever in my mind, word or body, everything, whatever in my possession. Mana Deha, Geha, this body and Geha means my home. And all my possessions, everything is yours. Nothing is mine. And like that, if someone is fully surrendered, in any ashram, he may be either a brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi, his life is successful. That is, another verse is, Prabhupada quoting in his purport from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that iha jasya haredasya karmana manasagira nikhilapi avasthasu jivanmukya saluchati. He is the liberated soul who has engaged everything in Krishna's service, in mind, body and words. Who is surrendered fully at the lotus feet of Krishna. He is the liberated soul. There is nothing to do with the different varna and ashrams. The particular ashram, this all ashram is like brahmachari ashram. There is also grahastha ashram, vanaprastha ashram and sannyasi ashram. This all is ashram. Ashram means that is the who is in a particular ashram, he is completely surrendered at the feet of Krishna to service him. That is, devotional service can be performed in any ashram. There is no need to get some brahmachari just like Narada Muni is a brahmachari. He is performing his devotional service. He is fully surrendered. So he is a perfect bhajan. Sometimes some grastas are also using like Swami Manu and many other Mahajans like Lord Shiva and Brahma and Maharaj Janak. They are also Mahajan. They are in Gṛha-āśramaḥ. But they are also a pure devotee of the Lord. They are also ideal example how to perform devotional service and to Krishna. Similarly, Guru Maharaj, Narada Muni, Bhishmadev, so many other Mahajans. Swayambhu, Narada, Sambhu, Kumara, Kapila, Manu, Kapil Dev is also renowned like Brahmachari. Kapila Manu, Prahlada, Janaka, Bhishma, Bali, Vyasaki, Bhayam. It does not matter whether someone is a Brahmachari or who is a renounced person or someone is a grasta. But main thing is he must a pure devotee of the Lord. If someone is surrendered to the Supreme Lord's lotus feet and he engaged his senses in service of the Lord, then his life becomes perfect. Otherwise, sometimes you see you are in gṛha-āśramaḥ and you are artificially think, I want to accept sannyas. There is one story. There is one grasta. He was always, he was married and his wife and they have 2-3 children. Grasta was always, she was always likes eating very nice foods. He is attached to eating variety of items during his lunch. So his wife was always engaged in family household works and taking care of the children and all these things. She was not able to make so many preparations. Every day when he go to his work, the man will give a chart of 12 items or 15 items depending on what he likes in lunch. The wife cannot cook such things, 3-4 items. And so you come home and challenge, tell his wife, I told you to make so many things you cannot make. You do not know. I will take sannyas and leave home. So he come here. And she told, no. Tomorrow I will make it. Then many days like happened like this. Finally one day, the husband told the wife that tomorrow I am coming, if you will not make properly prasad, then definitely I will go to the particular sannyasi's name. He told like Mahaprabhu took sannyas from Katu Afra. There is also about 10 kilometers away some sannyas was staying. He told I will go to that ashram and take sannyas, definitely. Fortunately, on the particular after her husband left, that particular sannyasi came in course of his traveling from Madhukari, came to the door. Then the wife just came out and saw the same Maharaj from whom his husband is always thinking to take sannyas. She started crying. He came inside and took much, but to give him, he took about 2-3 kilos rice and so many other vegetables and ghee, all these things. So the sannyasi paid him obeisance and he started crying. The sannyasi was telling, why you are crying? Oh my daughter, why you are crying? Tell me. I am requesting you, please don't give sannyas to my husband. He is every day threatening to me that he will go to you and take sannyas. Why you want to take sannyas? Because he wants to eat every day very nice, opulent prasad. Though we have everything, but I have no time. I have to take care of these children and so many things. I cook for 2-3 items every day for him. But he needs 12 to 15 items every day. Sannyasi told he cannot become a sannyasi. Today he come to your home, return back to home. Then you just tell him, get out. Don't cook anything. Today you make just rice and syāt. Rice and syāt and dal. When you come back and give the person, he will shout, why you make like this? Then you tell him, get out. I don't care. But kick him out from home. And you become sure that I will not give him sannyas. Definitely. So that day the husband and so he told, okay, they will sit and give only the rice and sargam darkness. So what is this? This is limit. This is avadyam now. Avadyam limitations. What is doing this? I gave him the list what to make. I told him you can't cook like you go to take. He told, okay, you go, get out, take sannyas. I don't care. Go. What happened? She is now like Chandi. Took a broom and told, get out. Get out, Prabhu. I don't care. You go, take sannyas. I will take care of my child in home. Now, you go, he already promised I will give you also told like, I have take sannyas every day, like 1,000 times he spoke like that. Now finally he left home and went to this sannyas. The sannyasi knows every story before. Told, okay. Come. Okay. Next day morning they asked, let's go for Madhukar. He was a rich person, everyone knows. How can you go for begging? Just hiding his head. Yes, just walking in the bag of sannyasi. Then after they get some Madhukar, they come back. Then sannyasi told, okay, now you will cook rice. Just make it, then put a pot on fire and water, then rice. And when rice prepared, then we just collected some turmeric leaves and made some chutney and some syād. Then he put tulsi and offered to Krishna and told, okay, my child come, you will take prasad. And when they sit together and sing the prasad of the rice and imli leaf chutney and some syād, immediately he started crying. Very loudly he started crying. Then the sannyasi told, why crying? Don't falsely chastise your wife. You have no qualification to accept the renounced order of life. You have not control over your tongue. First thing the sannyasi is to control his tongue. And eating and what? And speak. So anyhow, now you get out from my ashram and go to your home and never chastise your wife again. Whatever she is cooking, eat peacefully. So in this way, I see, artificial work cannot become a mendicant. Or even you work immediately take sannyas, then you cannot continue. That is Krishna is telling, if you control your come in your just outwardly saying control various the working senses, but within your mind, the knowledge acquiring senses, you are always meditating on how to enjoy this sense objects, then you are cheated. That is the point also Brahma is making here. So he is advising Maharaj to accept gṛhāśramaḥ because he is perfect candidate for gṛhāśramaḥ, for any ashram. He is a perfect candidate for devotional service. Whether Maharaj Priyavata remain a brahmachari, whether a grahastha or any ashram, there is no difference for Maharaj Priyavata because he is already a control of senses. He is already mind is fixed in feet of Krishna. So that's why when he even accept a grahastha ashram, he become a king, still he can meditate. He is on the lotus feet of Krishna like Maharaj Yudhishthira, Maharaj Ambarish, Maharaj Parikshit, so many rajarsis. There are grahasthas. Rajarsi Janaka, Krishna is speaking in Gita specifically, Rajarsi Janaka. They are able to meditate. And Krishna spoke all of this. Even Sukadeva Goswami is a topmost innocent, but who is his guru? His guru is Rajarsi Janaka. That's they said, Sukadeva Goswami to go to Janak, Maharaj Janak to take initiation. He told, I gave you all Shastra Siddhya. I gave you all the Vedic literatures. Like Bhakti Thakur gave all instructions to, he taught all the philosophy to Bhakti Saraswati Thakur, but for the he sent him to go to Krishna Das, Bhavaji. Similarly, Vyasadeva also sent his son to go to Rajarsi. So it does not matter. One is a renunciant or a grahastha. Main thing, if he has control his senses, in any ashram, he can achieve perfection. So only a real brahmachari also can become a real gṛhāśramaḥ. Otherwise he become gṛha-āśramaḥ. If he fight with him, then he also just illegally associating his own wife also, that is also illicit sex. Sex is allowed only for begetting a Krishna conscious child, not otherwise. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
गृहा-āśramaḥ भागवतम की श्रील प्रभुपाद की
Vijay.